I want them to know exactly what they have to do, how they have to do it, so that they can follow literally your footsteps to achieve the same results that you're achieving. So heading out to meet an 18-year-old who's a senior in high school. He just did almost $250,000 in business while still attending school. Last year as a junior in high school, he did $60,000. So he took last year's earnings, quadrupled it, and next year he's going to be on schedule to make over $500,000. And with a little bit of help from me, we're going to bump him up to about $1 million by the time he's 20 years old. And the reason I say that is you guys, anybody can accomplish this if they've already done it once or twice before. You're not reinventing the wheel, you're just following the lead of a path of success that's already been proven. All right, Jack. Nice to meet you. Jack, how old are you?
18.
18 years old. So how much work did you do this year?
Around $220,000 gross profit.
Gross
revenue.
Gross revenue while you're in high school.
Yep.
Okay, so I want to be very clear on this. It can be done.
Oh yeah.
You did it. You started it during you dove head in.
I did, yeah.
So tell me about that. What's your plan with that?
So the last couple of years I've been sort of on the line. I'm like, you know, originally it was a lot of money, but the more and more I watched the videos, the more value it created. I finally bought into the mastermind group, started there. I saw sort of what the other people were doing in the mastermind group, and then I looked at the different products he had, and the biggest thing I started with was the employee handbook. Getting that structure behind the business before you can grow the business is very important in my eyes. I'm going to move on to the estimating course and other things like that. Really pick out those things that my weaknesses are at and grow those, so I can really strengthen everything behind the business before I can do the actual work. So. All
right. So you went from 7 lawns to over 40. There's a little bit of a formula to something that I want to make sure that we're very clear on. You then converted those lawns into softscapes, didn't you?
Correct. Yep. Okay. A lot of landscaping came from those 40 lawns. One of our biggest customers this year actually came from being a new lawn. We started mowing their lawn. They saw the good service we did. Super nice people, easy to work with. Never questioned anything, and we gave them great work, great price, and they spread the word from there. So it really, the quality and the customer service pretty much did it for us, and yeah.
Okay, well, let's see some of the stuff you have.
All right.
Well, did you buy this truck brand new, Nick?
No.
Or Jack? You didn't?
Not at all. We bought it with 180,000 on it. It currently has, or sorry, 140 on it. Now it has 180. Hard worked miles, worked great. Just the basics. A lot of the wear and tear items I fixed myself, with the exception of the ball joints. But we actually put a tune on it to get it from around 12 miles to the gallon to over 24 if you're driving on the highway. So that saved us, after calculations, it's about $1,200 a year in fuel saved. So that actually was an ROI positive upgrade.
Jack's hitting me up right now, guys. All right, go ahead, proposition me, Jack.
I asked him if I could go out and work with his crews and learn a few trades. One of the things I need to master is retaining walls and a few other hardscape things. So I did ask if we could go out and see one of his crews and help him out with a retaining wall or two and learn. Me and my guys.
How much am I supposed to pay you for that?
I said 0. I don't need to be paid. To me, it's all about the learning. So
I'm laughing a little bit, guys, not to be mean, but because it's that kind of drive that tells me this guy's going to be successful, because that's exactly what I would have done. And that is exactly what I do to this day. When I don't know something, I'll do it at my own house.
Yeah.
Win, fail, I won't do it for a customer. I'll do it at my own property. Or I'll find somebody that allows me to experiment on their job, and I won't charge them anything.
Yep.
Yep.
I've done that before. 94.
I like it already.
Nothing beautiful, but she gets the job done real well.
That's what I'm talking about. I see a lot of guys investing into brand new equipment before they can really afford it. I love seeing guys that take care of their older equipment and have some pride in it, bring it out to the job site. what has been the absolute most critical thing to your overall success? Has it been buying equipment, educating yourself, finding people, or a combination of those, and where would the priority be for you?
Education and the guys on your team. By far, arguably only two things you need to grow it. We started our first year out with a really small mower, a really basic trimmer, nothing special. Will and I, he was willing to work hard, I was willing to work hard, and from there, it was all about the education. We took on a lot of stuff, a lot of things that frankly we had never done before. We went into it, we jumped into it. I'd be researching my butt off. Weeks prior, if I accepted a job, I'd go in, I'd research every aspect of that job, how to do it, and even though we'd never done it before, we'd still put out a quality product because I put the time and effort into the education on the backside. And then passing that education down through experience and this year through Dirt Monkey University and other stuff like that, I believe will be extremely critical to taking that next step.
All right, guys, now this second story, we're gonna fly clear across the country and land down in sunny Florida, where another teenage entrepreneur is creating his own success story. So let's do this. Hey, I'm here with Adam, 18, right?
Yeah.
How much you doing business a year now, Adam?
What's that?
You've been in business 2 years.
No, I've only been in business 5 months. Only 5 months.
You started 2 years ago, though, right?
Started 2 years ago working
truck.
for all the lawn maintenance companies around here. All the landscaping companies.
Okay, so you've been in business 5 months.
Yes. My business.
Your business.
Yes. But
In 5 months, you've graduated up to that setup.
yes.
Freaking insane, dude.
Well, no, listen, number one, the truck's not mine, it's the bank's. It's just a signature, you gotta understand that. It's just
I like this guy. I like this guy. He's real, man.
It's a signature. Anybody could go do it with a signature, and that's it.
So
Lawn
you
maintenance
cut
is
your teeth, but I'm gonna say this, you cut your teeth working for somebody else.
Yeah, 2 years. I worked my way up. I dropped out of high school in my 9th grade year. Everybody gave me, excuse me, shit for it. I don't know if you can cuss on that, but everybody gave me shit for it. And you know, my family, my friends, everybody like, oh, you're making a huge mistake. I said, listen, I want to start my own business. This is all I want to do. And school at the time was not going to benefit me. I'd rather get out into the working world and learn the industry that I wanted to go into and learn firsthand how it comes. And that's what I did. I worked my way up from a laborer to a supervisor for Juniper Landscaping. If you look them up, they're one of the biggest in this area. And when I quit there is when I started this. So it took me 2 years working my way up from laborer to supervisor.
Let's go inside. How do you like those wheels?
They're the only reason that I really like this machine, because I don't have to worry about flat tires in the morning. I can get in with my crew and go. That's it. That's the only reason why.
But when you do spend money, you should have multiple sources of income, multiple streams of income. So now what he's gonna do is he's gonna use this to run his business, but he's gonna also use the side of that trailer as his advertising, so it's part of his marketing campaign. So his overhead will be also broken down into different avenues, because then he can allocate those resources a little bit better. It's more efficient use, I like it. Yeah.
The way that I do my lawn maintenance estimates, you might find this kind of interesting, and it might spark some ideas for other people.
Let's see it.
Because lawn maintenance is a very quick estimate. I just need to show up, figure out what it's going to cost me and my guys to do this property.
Yep.
And it's very simple. I don't need to go home and do math, really. I can do it all in my truck. So what my customers seem to like is the fact that I can provide an estimate within 10-15 minutes of me meeting them. All I do is I have an inverter in here. It's very dirty, so excuse it. You can get this same inverter at Walmart for $10, right? And it plugs into your cigarette port. That's all it takes. And then you can run a printer that I have there in the back seat. And I bring my computer, my laptop with me. I'll type up.
That's the same printer I have in my office. Epson Workforce 2620.
Yeah, that's funny.
You got a full-size printer back there.
You plug it into the inverter. The inverter takes the DC power and converts it to house power, and you can plug it right in. And then I also
awesome.
I go on my phone. And everybody's smartphone has this. You can turn on a hotspot, you know, a hotspot, and I can run. It's a wireless printer. All I do is I put the laptop on my hotspot, I put that on my hotspot network, and I can print stuff out right there. I can look up my emails, I can print out emails, I can run my whole office from the truck. so that way I can give estimates.
I like it.
this.
I like it. You are not suffering from analysis paralysis that way.
Like this experience right now, I literally just messaged, I'm sure everybody knows B&B Lawn Care, Blake Albertson. I was on a Snapchat and I watched a Snapchat story and I just saw him in a bus, a tour bus. And I was like, man, that looks like the Forum where my Home Depot is. And he was like, yeah, and then the next snap was Fort Myers. It had the filter Fort Myers. I was like, he's in my town, no way! I messaged you, I messaged him on every social media platform. I was like, I have to meet you. And Blake was like, come over to our hotel and talk to us for a little bit. And I'll tell you right now, if GIE, if any of the other experiences is like this little 20 minutes I've had talking with you, it's got my money sold all day. It's the Dirt Monkey University, all that. I will pay any amount of money to get into these groups if it's anything like just being able to meet you guys for 20 minutes.
This for times 20 times 100.
Yeah,
it's way more.
I didn't get to go to GIE last year, and now I'm really upset that I didn't go.
Check out Moto Landscaping. What
LLC.
town? LLC. What town is it in?